What movie was so funny you laughed out loud in the theater? I was 12 when Austin Powers came out and my dad took me. Talk about the sweet spot. My humor perfectly aligned with that movie's humor at that age. I remember laughing like a mad person when I first saw the gold member scene with the doctor's screen and it looks like he's giving birth. I cried so hard and it perfectly hit my humor age 12. Before the jokes were told so often everyone got sick of it. Borat was regarded as a genuinely funny movie. I've never seen a theater explode in laughter as many times in one movie. And I was one of the people laughing. The naked dildo fight was warped and hilarious. What we do in the shadows. I think we drink virgin blood because it sounds cool. I think of it like this. If you're going to eat a sandwich, you would just enjoy it more if you knew no one had fucked it. Just leave me to do my dark bidding on the internet. What are you bidding on? Quote, I'm bidding on a table. We can look at her photos, we can poke her, yes. Super bad. Well Jules, the funny thing about my back is it's located on my cock. The first Zombieland, when Bill Murray apologizes for Garfield, I laughed out loud and no one else in the theater laughed. The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad. I couldn't stop laughing at this movie. I'm a person who doesn't have uncontrollable laughter very often, but this was one of the times. 22 Jump Street. The My Name Jeff part still gets me. The Captain's Daughter. I think everyone damn near shit themselves. One of my favorite jokes from the first one. Gangster. I don't like new people. Dave Franco. Well, that's a bad attitude, Dave. How do you expect to make any friends that way? Hey, stop fucking with Korean Jesus. He ain't got time for your problems. He's busy with Korean shit. Airplane. I even named my dog Shirley. Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Galaxy Quest. Anchorman. 60% of the time, it works every time. I saw a tweet recently that said, before memes, we just had guys sitting in circles loudly quoting Anchorman at each other. The 21 Jump Street remake. Especially when Tatum and Hill were tripping out and the teacher was talking with a monsieur. Opening night for the South Park Bigger Longer Uncut. I vividly remember looking around the packed theater and collectively losing our minds with laughter when they started singing Uncle Fucker. The only time in my life that I have seen an entire packed audience all crying with laughter. Absolutely hilarious. Good choice. The Lego Movie. I went with friends. Was kinda indifferent about seeing it and had low expectations, but ended up in tears from laughing so hard. Didn't see the Lego Movie in theaters, but I did see Lego Batman. And it was hysterical. I'm so glad my friend and I had the place to ourselves. The Emperor's New Groove has me peeing my pants every time I watch it. It never gets old. Devil. Reason number 2, look what I can do. Asterisk proceeds to handstand asterisk. Kronk. What does that have to do with anything? Angel. No. He's got a point. The other guys. Dirty Mike and the boys. Who did this to you? Gator's bitches better be wearing jimmies. Gator never been about playing no shit. Anytime Will Ferrell talks about how playing his wife in Ordinary His Life is makes me laugh. Aim for the bushes. Tropic Thunder. Not in the cinema, but Rat Race. I have to pause it to catch my breath cause I am laughing so hard. This has happened a few times. The scene with John Lovitz in Hitler's car was hysterical. I was laughing so hard I had tears in my eyes. Never laughed like that at the theater since. Of course, it was probably because I was 12 at the time. But still. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Brave Sir Robin. Team America World Police. One of my best theater experiences. Everyone was dying laughing at the sex scene. Django Unchained. When the bag mask scene was happening, it came out of nowhere and the entire theater was rolling. I can't see shit out of this thing. Quote, I think we can all agree the bag was a nice idea. But not pointing any fingers. They could have been done better. Still cracks me up. My wife gathered 30 bags for you ungrateful sons of bitches. Quote. Game night. Extremely underrated. I couldn't stop laughing. How can that be profitable for Frito-Lay? Has a perfect delivery. Dude, me and my dad were dying at that scene. Incredible delivery. Hot Rod. No questions asked. Those who watched know how hilarious it is from the start to the end. My name is Dave, and I like to party. Thor Ragnarok. Just everything in that movie was comedy gold. Just the part when Loki sees Hulk for the first time. Edit. My first gold. Thanks, stranger. There was one time when we were children. He transformed himself into a snake. And he knows that I love snakes. So, I went to pick up the snake to admire it, and he transformed back into himself, and he was like, yeah, it's me. And then he stabbed me. We were 8 at the time. That was improvised, I believe. So great. It was. Which is what makes the reactions so much better. Ruffalo is genuinely trying to stay in character and act surprised while Hiddleston is trying not to burst out laughing. Hashtag IHAVBENFALLINGFORTHIRTYMINUTES! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Korg's introduction had everyone in tears. People cheered when he was on screen. Laughed hard when Banner slammed his face into the bridge in his attempt to turn into the Hulk. The climax. I laughed so hard at Step Brothers my face hurt the next day. My wife hated Will Ferrell for some unknown reason, until I finally got her to sit down and watch Step Brothers. Why are you all sweaty? Quote. I was watching Cops. Cops doesn't start till 4. Blazing Saddles. Hashtag where all the white women. I remember watching this with my dad, and we started laughing so hard that we had to pause the movie so we could catch our breaths, then proceeded to rewind and rewatch that again. Snatch. My husband is Irish and his sister married into a traveler family, so we understood some lines better than many might. It was weird to be laughing so hard but being the only ones in the theater doing so. You liked Dags? Oh, dogs. Yeah, sure, I like Dags. I lost my shit as soon as I saw it directed by the guy that killed John Wick's dog in the opening credits of Deadpool 2. Ice Age. I loved that movie and it made me feel like a kid again. I feel like Ice Age could have been good if they didn't make like 20 movies. Ice Age was good and a self-contained, finished story. The sequels can just be ignored as non-existent. Both Deadpool movies had me doing that. I was laughing at the first one when the opening credits rolled. And the end credit scene of the second one had me in tears because I was laughing so hard. The Hangover. I saw it opening day with my dad and had zero expectations. One of the few times I can remember crying laughing. Also, the end credits when they find the lost camera was a little awkward since I was 13 at the time. Ha 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 ha. The Big Lebowski. The Ashes scene cracks me up every time, the whole of it. 40-Year-Old Virgin was the first movie I laughed so much that my ribcage was hurting just trying to catch my breath. Dumb and Dumber. There are too many laughs. I don't think there has been a day that I haven't quoted this movie since it was released. Our pets' heads are falling off. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Spaceballs. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Dracula musical scene. My sister and I could not stop. The Dictator. You were HIV Aladdin. Sad face. Smiley face. Sad face. Smiley face. Elf. I've laughed at other movies, but this is the gold standard. I embarrassed my friend and his kid. I was laughing so much. My go-to line is watch out for the yellow ones. They don't stop. Had me rolling. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Generated some good laughs and genuinely warm smiles. Greater than. Brad Pitt on acid getting back to the house encountering a guy with a gun. What's your name again? Something stupid. Like Rex. Other person. Hate Tex. Brad Pitt. Tex. Laughs hard. Lesson. You said something. I said, I'm here to do the devil's work. No, it was dumber than that. My cinema burst out laughing with joyous glee when Leo went to the pool house and came out with that thing, coupled with the violence. It was that perfect feeling of rooting for TBE protagonist. Seeing the humor set up earlier on getting paid off and the genuine comedic timing of the scene. Jackass 3D. That first scene with the giant hand high five had me in tears. There's something about Mary, Young Frankenstein, The Birdcage with Robin Williams. My grandma and I love this movie. Our favorite part is when they forget what to call the butler. Agador, Spartacus. Agador Spartacus. Oh God, I've pierced the toast. Quote, Shrek. So awesome. Every joke from kicking open the outhouse to the closing credits. I was just in the mood to laugh. I about fell out of my seat when he started fighting all the guards in the castle wrestling ring. Hot Rod, specifically when he falls down the hill. That one scene was the only time I've ever laughed so hard I cried in a theater. Wedding Crashers. The Simpsons movie. Everyone in that theater was dying moment to moment. And when the Spider Pig joke happened, I can safely say it's the only time I've been at the movies when the entire audience has started singing simultaneously. This is the worst day of my life. This is the worst day of your life so far. Talladega Nights. Hi, I'm Ricky Bobby, and if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. Bridesmaids is the only movie that I laughed legit aloud. I smile aloud a lot. But man, Bridesmaids is ingrained in my head as the movie that did it. This was the first time I'd ever seen Melissa McCarthy. When she told the story of pinballing off the cruise ship I was dying. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Me and a buddy spent pretty much all of school quoting that movie to each other at random times. We trained him wrong as a joke. That movie was a laugh-a-minute fest. In a theater, only once that I can remember. 40-year-old virgin. Loved it. This is the end. Wolf of Wall Street. It's not a universally funny movie. But good God, the whole place where I watched just kept bursting into laughter. I went to the theaters on my own, but you could tell everyone there was on the same page when they were watching. And the Quaalude scene, forget about it, probably the hardest and longest I ever laughed in the movies. And I'm sure everyone else there would say so too. For me it's when he thinks he drove home just fine, but actually fucked his Lambo all up. That killed me. Napoleon Dynamite. I was laughing so hard at this in the theater my wife was embarrassed. I still start to crack up every time I ask someone for chapstick. My lips hurt real bad. Tina, you fat lard, come get some dinner. Quote, not funny throughout, but the wise Gamora in Infinity War got me really good. Marvel movies have a lot of these gems scattered throughout their movies. Like when Rocket spoke up after they got Tony Stark back. Honestly, until this exact second, I thought you were Build-A-Bear. I love that scene where Tony, Rocket and Bruce were putting the stones on the Stark gauntlet carefully. Then out of nowhere, Rocket just yelled BOOOMM, pissing Tony off lol. I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 yesterday and for some reason it entertained me more than any other movie. I'd seen it before. I was cracking up and my husband thought I was losing it. I think I was in the minority for thinking GOTG 2 was better than the first I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. It's like a pirate had a baby with an angel. Pineapple Express. For some reason, I find it friggin' hysterical when people use non-weapon objects as weapons, and there was a lot of that in there. I look like the Hamburglar and the Elephant Man. Quote, you look like someone fucked you up with a coffee pot. Man. Quote, Trading Places. Yeah, I'm old. Nah fam, I'm 17 and this movie still makes me cackle. Raising Arizona. Especially the part where Glenn tries to tell a joke and fails. I just about hurt myself from laughing so hard at that. Must have seen that movie about 10 times at least, kills me every time. Zoolander. Tropic Thunder. Sloth scene in Zootopia. Bad Santa. We were laughing so hard the people behind us complained. I remember seeing Meet Joe Black and the main character played by Brad Pitt gets annihilated by a truck in the first couple minutes. I was there because it was my girlfriend turn to pick and I wasn't really into it. The whole audience gasped when he died, and for some reason it tickled me to watch him get ping-ponged by traffic. I gave a super long belly laugh all by my lonesome. That is hilarious, especially when he bounces. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.